Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name is Preston. I'm here. Sam, say hello.
It's a good day. We're getting into it. New colors, new sets. Yes.
Yeah, we are talking about Kingdoms of Intrigue Red today, and we're just going to talk about what happened and what we think about it. Uh, First impressions, really. So, what do you think? What is your first impression of Set 4 Red?
Yeah, so first, all the cards are out, so if you want to look at them, I'm going to link them down below. It's going to be the One Piece card game site, just like we've been doing the last couple sets. Red has had. Has red been the best color in the last three sets? Like the best set wise? Probably. They've had very impressive cards. Everything worked really well together. So we're starting a new archetype, and I think this is probably the weakest red set we've gotten, which is well needed. I think everyone might be. I don't know about you, but I'm very tired of seeing red every week in our metas. So I'm hoping to cover a little bit more purple and blue. But there are some good cards here. I think there's some things that Vivi can work with, maybe with a little more support. So I think they have some hope.
Yeah, the VV leader is tap 2 Dawn, draw 1 card, give rush. So that's sounds great. I'm interested to seeing how it gets played. But 2 Dawn is pretty hefty, but it gives haste. Or rush. That's really exciting. And it draws a card. That's really good. I just don't know. And then there's like the secret rare VV that gives a rush to everything. And that's super exciting. But it has downsides. It has a low amount of power, so it can be easily jet pistoled. It has a cost with black being able to do -4s, or at the end game where you're really close to the end game when you play that, dropping Kuzan that does what's -5, right?
Mm-hmm.
That gets it really easily garped or with a combination of stuff. Kobe, I think that's the other card that does
Mm-hmm.
decent KOs,
Mm-hmm.
and that's bad.
Yeah.
If your in game card is easily destroyed, that puts you in a high investment with low payoff, and that's unfortunate. Uh,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
exciting, but also
Yeah, I think both VVs are interesting. I think the secret rare has a lot of potential in future sets. Probably, it's very hard to imagine it being good off the jump in this one because there's, like you said, there's so many KOs. You didn't mention Vista or Robin with just a little Atama help. It's easy to remove. Which is still the most popular deck right now, so it's hard to imagine her being good right off the bat. But it's definitely a good card to note. And then there's a couple good red cards in here that I think we could splash around. Usopp is quite interesting. He's an on KO something with 5,000 or less. It might be a little too slow for current red, but things like Luffy Leader that we really like, I think that kind of fits that agenda. Zoro has had another good card. He's a -2k when playing, so there's even more potential to remove out of the red deck. And he's 6k out of 5 drop with 1,000 power, so 1,000 combo, so he's wonderful. And then Pell, the SR, Dawn ×1 when attacking, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 4,000 or less. So he kills Vivi. That's hilarious. I Oh, that's pretty funny. So there are good cards here. Like this Pell, I think is going to be splashed around in red for a bit, just for the removals. So I think it is a little bit of a confusion though from red. It's just all of these cards don't have. They have the animal section in the Alabasta, and then they have the minus power of the leader. It's a little split, so I think just a little more support probably is what's needed for the Alabasta archetype.
yeah, and I mean they have decent things going. The Cobra, not only is it just a cute art and cute story point, gives 1,000 power to all of your Alabasta Kingdom characters. The Karoo can give Arrested Dawn to all of your Alabasta Kingdom, which is, I believe, everything in this set
Mm-hmm.
has Alabasta Kingdom, including the Straw Hats, which already have a Searcher. So you have 2 Searchers in this deck. It just doesn't seem as good as current red, and it doesn't seem as good as previous other colors. Like, it's feeling maybe not as bad as what purple usually gets treated, but mediocre to me, and I think red has just been like S tier, and you'll probably have that feeling still is like previous red it probably gets played over this. You might splash the Usopp or the Zoro or maybe even the Pellin like Allah because they have good effects. But are those three red cards better than the previous red cards that you would be playing in those decks? I don't know. I love on KO effects. I think having a character that has a potential to do damage to your opponent's leader, like the Usopp in this set, is that sitting at 5k power. If they can do damage to your opponent and then have an on KO effect that is annoying, this Usopp's great for that. You either KO it and you get minus, or you leave it on the board and he's potentially doing damage to your life every turn. And that's a dangerous card. Magellan from set 2 is that card. You either leave it on board and he's dangerous, or you KO it and he's taking away your Dawn. And that's annoying. So it's those type of things that they get splashed into more stuff. As things go on, these cards are going to be more annoying, and they're going to find their niche, and you're going to hate it. And that's the little things. Other than that, the set's whatever for red, and that's good. I'm hoping that as we go through all of these colors, we're like, thank goodness we have something that's going to beat set 2 and 3 red. Because right now, I don't even know if this set has a single deck that says, okay, this is better than Whitebeard.
Right, which is
yeah,
it's a legitimate concern. Yeah, I don't think it's this set red. I don't think there's enough power here for it to do that. I think there's some splashable cards, some notable things. Definitely the VV, the secret rare. If she gets any protection in any other card, in any of these cards, I think she's quite scary. And I'm going to mention Chopper, which is pretty funny to me. He's a beast play up to one characteristic animal with 3,000 rest of your hand. I don't know if it's necessarily good with the Alabasta stuff. I think it lets you set up some of your Q plays. But if there's ever dual colors with other animals, I think this Chopper could be on your radar. So a couple things there. And yeah, I think that's our take on red. Anything else there?
The zero cost event. Red finally got a zero cost event. It's decent. Discard a card, get 3k power for 0 Dawn. Isn't bad. I love zero cost events because you can tap out. Your opponent thinks they have an advantage because you can't Dawn up. You have to counter out and waste your whole hand on that, and then you play this. It does discard a card out of your hand, so maybe that's interesting in something that's playing, like maybe red black Garp would be interesting with the black Luffy from this set that then recovers cards from your discard. Shenanigans. Think of shenanigans when you think of some of these cards. I love the idea of someone cheesing out a win off of a misplay, an overextend, because you think you can win. So zero cost events are those cheese, and it's really Gouda. Boom! Let's go out on that terrible pun.
Oh, I hope you weren't thinking about that last night before you went to bed. That's horrible.
I love cheese.
Oh, no. That's so funny.
Do the sign out before I say something else.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for coming and watching our video on YouTube. No, thank you for our color review on red. If we missed anything, if there's any other combos or really good cards out there that we didn't talk about, please leave it in the comments. I think we were hoping for a poor red set. It's unfortunate it was Alabasta. I really like those characters, but they needed this. They've been very strong in the meta for a long time, so I think this is a good thing. But again, if we missed something, let us know. And if you're still here, consider doing the YouTube things like comment, subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
They did get 2k counters. Duck Squad and Koso are both 2k.
I didn't mention it. I'm just happy to see the Duck Squad here.
Duck Squad!
Need an alt for Duck Squad.
Hell yeah.